What's up, everybody? Break MMA. Oh my gosh, bro. The most painful card for me to watch in recent times. Um, this is probably the one I was probably like most emotionally attached to. Uh, um, I'm just gonna start talking about the main event, Moreno versus Erceg. God damn, bro. I wanted to see it, but I genuinely didn't want to see it at the same time. Uh, I was really hyped for the fight, as much as I didn't want to see it. Um, I was interested in how I thought um Erceg was gonna approach, whether he was gonna um like I just wanted to know how Erceg thought he was gonna win. But you all saw the result. Um, I predicted it right. 49-46 Moreno, unfortunately. I will say though, I don't think Erceg won the fight, but I think you could have argued at least a 3-2. You know, I think that's the most you could give him. He definitely lost round one. Um, Moreno started strong, landed cleaner shots, landed more combos. Um, in the second, I thought Erceg picked it up. He caught Moreno with a nice combo. Um, Moreno started trying to shoot to mix it up a little bit, even though he shot like once or twice in the fight. I can't remember how many times exactly, but he shot a couple times. But they weren't necessarily um, fight altering, except maybe that last one. I don't think Erceg would have even won regardless of that takedown, but that one was kind of impactful because it negated Erceg to get any shots off in like the last 30 seconds. But yeah, Moreno was just catching Erceg with the looping shots a lot. Uh, Erceg's corner was just trying to tell him to keep a high guard. Um, gosh, man, watching this fight just sucked. Honestly, sucked. Like as much as I like both, I think I would prefer to see Erceg win. Um, like I have nothing against Moreno, but I don't know. I think just for the division's sake, it would have been better for Erceg to win. But Erceg's best ability in this fight was what I would say was the uppercuts. His uppercuts are very strong and very accurate. It was like judging the fight could be a little confusing because as much as Moreno has like a very strong chin, his face easily wears damage. Um, and a lot of that damage accumulated more as the fight went on because of Erceg's, power shots. Um, but Erceg's best round was definitely round three. He's getting his shots off. He was using a lot of solid footwork. And he was definitely getting into his rhythm in this round. But like I don't know where any of the momentum went. He just decided to stop doing all of that. He was more flat-footed in the later rounds. Um, yeah, fuck, man. I thought round four was pretty close. I had Moreno though. Um, the judges. I mean, no, sorry, not the judges. The commentary. I think it was DC in them, right? I don't remember who was talking for real, but they were saying it could have been 4-0. Definitely not, bro. His best Erceg's best rounds were round two and three. I thought. He did decent in the fifth. Uh, I think when I say 3-2, I mean that I think Erceg could have won round two and three, but every other round was pretty clear from Moreno. It was a close fight, but it was still like Moreno still had a clear win, just because he just did a little bit more everywhere. But yeah. Um, what else I want to talk about? I thought Erceg's plan was kind of shitty. Uh, he came into the fight, I think, with the same stipulations that I was talking about in my last video. Uh, he probably wasn't gonna chin Moreno at all during the fight. Um, and he was like, you can tell that the game plan was kind of to try and outpoint Moreno throughout the fight. But that wasn't gonna work because Moreno always follows up with combinations, long combinations, and counter strikes. But he definitely could have did more. Erceg. Is it Erceg or Erceg? I feel like people say both. I think I'm gonna say Steve. No. I think I'm gonna say Erceg. Fuck it. I'm gonna just switch it up now. But yeah, Erceg definitely has enough power in his hands to have dropped Moreno at least 2 or 3 times within the fight. He doesn't have Figgy level power, but he has, I would say, maybe more precision to be able to push that button. He did land a couple, like, certain shots with a lot of power, but it seemed pretty evident that he was pulling them back. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't throwing them with full intention of a knockout. He was kind of just hoping to catch him, stun him, and things of that nature. But yeah, fuck, man, it just sucks. Sucks to see this. I don't know if I liked Erceg's attitude after the fight though, just because it's good he's not gonna take the loss rough because that's a former champion, former 2-time champion, who's also still young, who's also in his prime, or in his prime years, I should say. But I don't think he really understands that after this loss, it's gonna take him 3, 4, maybe even 5 fights. Excuse me. 5 fights to get back at a title shot. And Erceg isn't that young either. I think they're around the same age. No? I don't know. I don't want to double check it because I know they're both pretty young or around the same age. But yeah. I don't think Moreno warrants a title shot yet though. But I don't know who else Moreno could fight. It doesn't really seem like there's anybody else in the division that either one of them can fight to be able to get some title shots right now, especially with Erceg. I think Erceg's best chances are just to keep defending his ranking once or twice and then fight up again. But man, it was a high level and entertaining 5 rounds, and I was sort of guy. I was praying Erceg wasn't gonna get knocked out because Moreno's looping shots. I was terrified that I was gonna see Erceg get knocked out again, and that would have been terrible. I would have cried because then he would have been absolutely Dominic Reyes 2.0. But yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna say for the main event. But moving on to the co-main, Manuel Torres versus Drew Dober. There kind of isn't a lot to say for some of these fights, just because a lot didn't happen up until the submission. I was looking at the Shiras up until the finish. Torres and Dober, neither of them really hit any shots before the knockout. As Dober was trying to get into range, I'm trying to remember this from last night. Torres caught him with the right. No, it was a 1-2 combo that rocked over really bad and had him hugging the legs and ankle of Torres, and then Torres just throwing down a lot of hammer fists. And I think the ref should have stopped it a bit earlier, to be honest, because it was kind of a lot of unanswered shots. You know, I think he was obviously unconscious after even just the initial drop. You know, he didn't have to take 10 hammer fists to the side of the temple for the ref to stop the fight. Chavez versus Vergara. I didn't get to watch the fight live because for some reason my ESPN stream was fucked up. But he hurt CJ, right? Sorry, what the fuck? He hurt CJ bad with a hook, and then CJ doing what he does, which is running away. Every time he gets hurt, he just runs away. And then he grabs the back after dropping him again, and then gets the rear naked choke in the first round. This is going to be the Edgar Chavez title run. We're watching it live, right? Give him any unranked flyweight right now, he's gonna eventually be top 15. Nah, but I like Chavez. I did pick him to win. I didn't think he would have got a finish though, to be honest. But I did mention that his grappling is one of his best aspects, and it definitely is. I didn't realize how much power he had though. I don't think CJ has no chin. I just think Chavez, because Chavez is a big flyweight, so for him to be able to knock down CJ. Not saying like like CJ has a diamond chin or whatever, but he has that power. He definitely can knock some people out in the flyweight division, which is something pretty rare to see. A lot of times you just have to out cardio or out volume your opponent. But yeah, I really wonder if if Chavez can go on a run. I don't think he's genuinely. I don't think he's gonna win a title ever. But it'd be interesting to see if he can even scratch the top 15 or if he can fight within the rankings sometime soon. Rob Rosas versus Vince Morales. Pretty mid fight, gotta be honest. In the first round, Chiwiwis seemed to be trying to show his improved striking. And then he eventually, does what he always does, go for the takedown and gets control on the ground. But Morales had a couple of close submissions and at the end of the rounds. I think it was round 1 and then the third where he almost got an anaconda choke on Chiwiwis. But both of them were very tight. Like you can see Chiwiwis like grunting, making faces, and his face turning red. But I don't know how Morales, or I don't even know how Chiwiwis survived those, especially that last one, the one in the third round. That one was pretty tight for a while. I just keep laughing, bro, but Chiwiwi's face just kills me. He just kills me, man. Yeah, it was kind of buns to watch. It wasn't all that exciting, but a win's a win, right? That's what matters, especially for Chiwiwis. What else happened? Oh yeah, right after this fight, Henry Cejudo got shown on the thing on the TV screen, and just got booed, and then Alex Pereira got showed, and then he got the cheers. That was pretty funny to see, because instantly as Henry got shown, instant boos, instant all around unison boos from the arena. David Martinez versus Simon Oliveira. I didn't remember David Martinez when I was making my original prediction video because I usually just make them on the spot, right? Like I just find the time and I make them on the spot. But then I was watching the fight and then I started to remember, because I don't often watch Dana White Contender Series, but I did happen to watch some of them before, like that last, not the last one, but it was one that I watched a couple of months ago, and he happened to be on that card. And then as I was watching the fight, that's when I started to remember. Excuse me. That's when I started to remember who he was, right? He showed off some very impressive striking, though. Very good striking, offense, defense. Against Simon Oliveira, and then happened to get the first round knockout in the last 30 seconds. Very impressive win, very good debut fight for him. And yeah, I don't have anything else to say except I thought he looks pretty big for bantamweight. Like he has that kind of like a GSP frame. Like he's wide. He's like wide body, but he's not very like thick. Pause. Right? But no, yeah, he did very well for his debut. And I'm very interested to see what else he could do. Lazy Boy versus Kevin Borjas. Lazy Boy is who we all thought Paddy Pimblett was gonna fight like. You know, we all thought Paddy was gonna get chinned by everybody he fought, or he would have got fraud checked by everybody he fought. No, that's Lazy Boy. Lazy Boy is exactly who we thought Paddy was gonna be. It was a super shit performance from Lazy Boy. He just face shield the entire time. You know, Kevin Borjas came in looking like Baldy's Basics, and just put on a boxing masterclass over Lazy Boy. He tried to walk out with Julio Cesar Chavez for some aura, but that shit did not work out. I had the instant gut feeling that as he walked out with him, I knew he was gonna lose. I don't know. It's just, it always seems like when people walk out with like major celebrities as they're building up their career, they always just happen to lose. Like they just, you know, it's like getting too ahead of themselves. Borjas clipped Rodriguez in the first, but it didn't even seem to really phase Rodriguez because he just rolled and springboard back up. Just the entire fight, just Borjas clipping Lazy Boy just over and over and over again. Yeah, I mean, he does have a really good chin, though. He does have a really good chin, but he, like, just technically, he isn't good at all. He obviously seems to have that intangible. He's probably just gonna end up being Marvin Vettori if he ever gets ranked, right? But I don't think, bro, he's not gonna be ranked within the next 2 years if he doesn't make any improvements to his striking. His grappling seems to be okay, but he genuinely needs to work on his striking defense, because that's been his biggest flaw in the Ade Osborne fight, in the Ode Osborne fight, which I thought he lost as well, and this fight, right? I like Lazy Boy. I think he's cool. I think he's funny, but he's just a face shield fighter. But this was a very good win, very needed win for Kevin Borjas. I think he should be given somebody like Daniel Barres after this, so it could be another. Stop it. Sorry, I was talking about dog. But I think he should be given another Striker Fest to be able to build up his name after a win over somebody like Lazy Boy, who has so many followers on Instagram. Yeah, I mean, I was really impressed with Borja's striking. Genuinely, like I think now I'm gonna be able to remember him. You know, because I used to watch his fights before, and they were okay, but he never won, so I never had like a memorable impression of him, right? But now I have that. So I think he should be given someone like Daniel Barres or who else? Who else could they give him? Could they give him to start building his name up? Mm, nah, I was about to say Charles Johnson, but that might be too early. I think he should fight maybe Ode Osborne. Yeah, honestly, I think that'd be a cool fight to watch. Maybe Odie gets finally gets cut if he loses that next one. But yeah. Oh, and also after this fight, Kevin Gastelum was in the crowd. Bro, who was gonna tell me he's dating fine shit, bro? Who was gonna tell me? Um, nah, W him though. W him though. W him, man. Jose Medina versus Atiba Gautier. I don't want to speak too soon of Gautier. Um, of Gautier. I don't remember. Because Medina is pretty trash, to be honest. He tried to he tried to emote mid getting pieced up. Like, what are you doing? He emoted and instantly got finished. Um, he's probably gonna get cut after that fight too, because he got a contract off a loss in the Dana White Contender Series, then lost again in the UFC versus Zach Reese, and then lost again just now. But yeah, so I don't want to speak too much on Gautier trying to hype him up and stuff. It was a good showing, good debut for him. Very powerful though. Um, but I need to see more before I can start judging him and trying to predict how far he goes in his career. Christian Rodriguez, they made a Mexican for this fight because before his shit used to say the USA flag. But Christian Rodriguez versus Melkitzel Costa. I keep forgetting how the fuck they say his name. This was kind of a close fight though. C-Rod made it a clinch fest in the first round and had a submission attempt. I think it was from was it this one? No, this one's the other fight. Damn, I don't remember what the submission attempt was. But because I remember I try to write notes as I'm watching the fights because I might forget it when I make the video the next day. But yeah. Like I said, this is a pretty mundane fight. It's not like I didn't really write much. Round 2, I gave it to Costa. I think he did more damage, especially by cutting C-Rod. And then after the third, I had a 2-1 C-Rod. But they gave Costa the win. I genuinely believe it should have been C-Rod. I mean, he didn't do enough to really deserve to win. I think he just happened to edge. Like, it was close, right? It was close the whole fight. But I just think C-Rod happened to edge it. Spanish commentators were pretty funny, though. They were saying there was no way that C-Rod got robbed. And how the fuck they gave it to Costa. But, yeah, it was a pretty mundane fight. Lupi versus Palastri. This was a pretty active and fun fight to watch in comparison to C-Rod. It was a very fun first round. Very active. Both of them were very active on the feet and the ground. DC and Laura were getting sneaky, bro. Tell me some. Laura, you look good off your back. Like, what? What are we talking about, bro? Y'all go to Mexico and y'all start tripping out, bro. I had a 28. I had a 2-1 Lupi though. I believe Lupi won the first 2 rounds, and I think she lost the third. I believe she lost the third round. Palastri kind of had like her little highlight moment. She kind of was aura walking, mid combinations in front of Lupi, who needed to take a shit apparently between the rounds. But yeah, this is a really fun fight to watch though. I was kind of like half watching because I was kind of expecting it to be kind of buns or like Lupi to get a knockout, but it was a very fun fight. Rafa Garcia versus Vince. I don't know why I said Vink. Vince Pichel versus Rafa. My bad. Ugh. I'll be doing this like I'm streaming, bro. Man, I can't wait till I get 50 subs, bro. Once I get 50 subs, I'm gonna just start live streaming. Yeah. So Garcia versus Pichel. I think I thought I had it. I thought I had a Pichel. To be honest, I think he had a 2-1. He did. I had Garcia winning the first round. He was pushing the pace a lot. He was getting in the pocket a lot. He had good footwork early on. And he was hitting some hard shots in the first. I had Pichel in the second. I was struck Rafa. He was finding his range better. Doing well behind jab body kicks. Same side jab body kicks. And then Garcia was having trouble with that, and that's kind of just how it was for like the last 2 rounds. I don't know how they gave it 30-27 to Garcia, but I don't know. You already know they were in Mexico, bias and shit like that. But yeah, Pichel for 42 was still doing very well. You know, Cub Swanson's dad. I think he still has more fights in him. You know, let's just. I saw on Twitter they should just run the gauntlet. Pichel, Miller, Bobby, and MJ, Michael Johnson. Yeah, that's something. That's 100% what they should do. Just give it Bobby Miller 2, Pichel Miller 2. Just let the old heads bang it out for their final fights. Jamal Emmers versus Gabriel Miranda. Emmers gets a clean shot to start the fight. Miranda lands his takedown, tries to get a rear naked choke, like an arm triangle-ish, from 3/4 back mount, like on the side. Yeah. Miranda has some of the worst striking defense I think I've ever seen in the UFC. Like, no cap. Like genuinely just hands super low, chin all the way in the air. Chin all the way in the air. Just easy eats. That's good eats for Emmers, bro. Emmers dropped in bad. I don't see this as a good win for Emmers. He was pretty shit in the fight too, technically. Yeah, I mean, good KO for him, good highlight for him, but I mean, it was pretty shit. Like both seemed pretty shit in the fight. And then Alzheimer's Bruce is starting to catch up on him a lot more. He's been making a lot more mistakes. He announced Gabriel Miranda as the winner. Sad to see, man. End of an era coming. And then the very last fight on the card that I'm gonna speak about is Markel Medeiros versus Austin Hubbard. Um, I think Hubbard technically could have gotten it, but him getting cut. Yeah, him getting cut in the third round is definitely what won Medeiros the fight. I missed the first round. I didn't get to see that. Hubbard wrestled for most of the second and third. He tried to get. He got a standing back take and tried to get a rear naked choke. It was a pretty dull fight because Hubbard was just trying to wrestle and clinch for most of it. But I had seen Medeiros had. A lot of people said Medeiros won the first round, and I think I had caught like maybe just like a slim bit of it and seen the highlights and stuff. But yeah, I think Hubbard could have won, but they gave it to Medeiros just off of damage. Yeah. Shit, man. I think I'm gonna end it there. Let me know your thoughts, predictions. Follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna put it in the description, or I'm gonna link it to my my channel, where I put my my little get to know me sentence. Fuck, I can't remember the name right now. I think it's the same shit. My channel description. Please get me to 50 subs. I want to start going live. I want to start reacting to these live. I want to start just going live randomly, just talking with y'all. I want to build this community. I want to be very proactive with my community. And yeah, so that's the video. That was UFC Mexico, Moreno versus Steve Erceg. And yeah.